Hey guys, and welcome back to another StarKid Sleepover Saturday. First of all, we want to congratulate StarKid for meeting their goal for the 10th anniversary and Black Friday. We want to thank you guys for all the support that you guys had done promoting and donating, and hopefully you guys are all as excited as we are for those events, those shows, and those stretch goals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be a great time. Today's episode is all about Starship. It is a musical it's a futuristic space musical that follows a young character, Bug, who happens to be a bug in his dreams of becoming a Starship Ranger.
Do you think they named him Bug on purpose?
Like a bug?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah, this musical has a lot of elements of movies such as like Starship Troopers, Star Trek, Star Wars,
Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid. It's basically, I call it The Little Mermaid in space, but if you remember if you listened to our introduction, it is mine and Celina's favorite musical, and we are here to tell you why. So, should we start off with scene, song, or character first?
Character, go!
Character.
Character, go? Yeah.
No. There is no character, go.
Oh, there's a character, up.
It's a different direction. There's only one direction, and that is up. So, let's see. Who are we going to start with? Kylie, who's your favorite character? Quick. Sorry. I'm just kidding. Take your time.
I couldn't choose just one because, unfortunately, Starship is one of those musicals that I appreciate for what it is, but there isn't just one character that really grabs me, which is, like, something I really look for in anything that I watch or consume. So the three that I chose were Baguette, Pinsir, and Taz for various different reasons. Baguette, because of the voice. I think it's so funny. I think Lauren, is like that scratchy, I don't know. It was just very funny. And then I liked Pinsir because Dylan is extremely talented and has a very, just a very, like, scary villain. I was happy with what he was doing, and he was kind of just like a basic villain. Like, there wasn't an underlying, like, oh, like, I feel for this one. No.
He just wanted to eat people.
Bad dude. And I appreciate that for what that is. And then Taz, because...
Haven't we all done horrible things because we were hungry?
Yeah.
And then just Taz, because, again, Lauren, because she's so funny, and that voice is hilarious. And everything she is about how small she is and how feisty, like...
You die, walk it off.
Yeah. That's actually my favorite quote, too. I wrote it down because I didn't want to get it wrong. If you don't go die for something, I'll kill you for nothing. Favorite quote, and I think one of my favorite StarKid quotes ever.
Fair enough. Emma?
Oh, it's Up. It's Up. I love Up. I also love Taz a lot. Up is my favorite, and it's because I relate to him on some level. I have not been split in half by Optimus Prime and put back together as half robot, half person. But
talk about the robot wars.
No, he's got that, again, I always talk about Joe Walker and his ability to make any character vulnerable. This one is especially vulnerable.
I love it because Joe is like this big, bulky guy.
And he's crying into him. I do not pee-pee sitting down. I pee-pee like a big boy. No, I absolutely love his vulnerability. I love the concept of him being like this really, really tough character. This one that was like a complete war hero. He and Taz were an unstoppable duo. And then because of the accident, he has become this like this vulnerable, like in pain kind of character who is still tough. He still wants to be this fighter, but he also has this inability to kind of believe in himself.
He just needs reassurance.
But he also has reassurance for every other character. He wants everybody else to be their best, and like he believes in everyone else. But he doesn't really believe in himself all the time. So I absolutely love that about Up, and I love Taz because she is necessary for Up to kind of like
Get back up.
gotta get up. Their friendship is one of my favorites in all of Starship. It's just their back and forth of Lauren's. I said Lauren. Taz. Basically telling people, like, watch what you say about the commander, and then turning around and being like, what is wrong with you? Get it together.
Like her being the only one that could say bad things.
Yeah,
to
like,
them.
how dare you say anything? That's my place.
Yeah. Celina?
Oh, man. Well, Starship is my absolute favorite StarKid musical. I have multiple favorite characters. Not like Kylie, like I can't pick one because it didn't grab me, but like I can't pick one because I don't know who I love more. I love Up and Taz for the exact reasons why that Emma and Kylie said. I love Roach just because that's unconditional. His unconditional love and friendship for Bug is one thing that I really like in the very beginning when Bug is where he's just like, can't you just pretend to die for me? And Roach instantly just goes, bleh, like,
As he's like lecturing him.
Yeah.
We need to stop playing around.
like that just unconditional friendship I love so much about Roach. I love Tootsie Noodles. My just everything about Tootsie was so amazing, and to see Dylan go from Tootsie Noodles to Pincer within like minutes was.
I have that written down.
I literally
too.
wrote down Duality of Dylan Saunders.
Yeah, it's just so amazing.
That is my new novel.
It's just, he's so talented, and to go from Country Bumpkin Tootsie instantly to this
Evil pincer.
Scorpion.
yeah,
And then straight
it's,
back again.
it's crazy,
Mhm.
and I just really like that. So I don't have just one favorite character, but
I also noticed that today when I was watching it about Lauren.
yeah,
Bucket and Taz are the same person. Like, I always forget that.
or was it Junior and one of the Mosquito brothers?
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact name of that mosquito, but
That one,
It's like Vito, Nito, and Sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
yeah.
yeah.
That one's a little
Yeah.
more similar because they're both supposed to be kind of like that.
That's suave.
Suave
kinda.
evil. But, like, Lauren and Dylan are, like, complete polar opposites of each other.
Yeah.
I think it's so impressive.
I guess it's my turn. I love Bugs so much. He's just this like sweet little baby who just has this big dream, and he sees an opportunity for it, and he kind of is faced with this like, do I put my morals and friendship and what I know on hold for the chance of getting something I've wanted all my life? And like, I always love that in a character. And today, as Kylie and Emma were watching it, I pulled, I won't go into like any deep spoilers, but I pulled parallels to Dear Evan Hansen and Evan Hansen, and just that, you know, you have this one opportunity, that one and only shot, and he took it, and in some ways it paid off, and in some ways it didn't. So I love Bug. I love his like how much of a dreamer he is, but I also do love Roach a lot too, because he is that sort of Jiminy Cricket character to Bug, saying like, hey, you might be in over your head, and what we do here is what we do because it's safe, and you know, I want to keep you around.
What I love about Roach is that he is that moral compass, but he's also super supportive.
Yeah.
He's not like, you know, your dreams are dumb. He's like, I understand why you want this, but here's a logical reason why you shouldn't go for it. And when Bug tells him like, I'm gonna go be a Starship Ranger, Roach doesn't go into this huge thing being like, no, this is stupid, you shouldn't do this. He's just like, I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that was just so sweet. But yeah.
I also love Roach's dedication to the Hive. It is that that Hive's basic saying is the needs of the many bugs outweigh the needs of the few bug or the one bug. But I think Roach exemplifies that on both sides, where he is that absolute loyal friend to Bug, but he will also protect the Hive with, everything. So when he does bring back February and be like, I'm in love, I need your help because I'm in love with this person, and she doesn't understand, like, the beauty of what bugs can be, and then it's Roach that highlights everything that is good about the Hive, but to support Bug in his deals with the humans. So, like, to kind of see him support both sides and try and bring it together, he's like the absolute peacemaker.
And the fact that he didn't want that. He did it to make his friend happy.
Yeah.
So he's like, he didn't sing to February
Because
for himself.
February, yeah.
Just like, this might be my chance to make my friend happy and keep him around.
I love
What are you
Roach.
going to say, Celina?
That actually is my favorite song.
Oh,
And
Beauty,
the
yeah.
entire musical is Beauty, and
Yeah.
it's for that exact reason.
I also put Beauty as my favorite song.
It's such a good song, and to that one video on YouTube where they said that was the worst song in Starship.
Who? Where?
I saw that once. Somebody says that they did not like Beauty, and I want to hear your opinions on that. Honestly, if you're out there, let's talk.
Let's have a nice discussion.
Please, I want to know why you think it's not a good song.
Beauty is my favorite song because you guys obviously know me better than anyone else. I am not the most positive person in the world. I tend to be very, like, low energy at most averagely, but when I am positive, I'm extremely annoyingly positive, and Beauty is one of those things where the second I feel good about myself, that's when I'm singing at the top of my lungs. I think it's so, like, it's so cheesy, and that's something that I usually shy away from, but there's just something so great about it.
Emma, how about you?
For favorite song? I wrote, can't choose favorite song. Great job, Darren.
Pause. The fact that Darren was writing these songs in his trailer at Glee.
Yeah.
Because Kurt recently said that, like, oh yeah, Darren would, like, show me his lyrics as we were rehearsing and be like,
In Warbler costume.
what are you, like, how do you have time for this? No, it's insane. It's just...
He absolutely blew me away with the soundtrack. I love Beauty. That is definitely my top of, or like one of the tops of like any StarKid song is Beauty. I think Brant does such a beautiful job of singing it. I think it's got that musical theater quality to it, but it is completely accessible for like completely out of context moments. So I love Beauty. The Way I Do is another absolute top. I think especially the first verse with Dylan and Meredith. Their voices are butter. They're wonderful. I absolutely love the lyrics, and they're kind of tragic. And then one other one that I was thinking of was Status Quo. Not to get like super deep or whatever, but when I saw Starship, I was in high school, getting ready for college, and as a lot of high schoolers go through, I was getting worse, like getting more depressed, and the very first verse of Status Quo is something that I deeply like related to depression. Starts with not questioning the answers and giving up before it's begun. It locks all the doors, increases the pressure, and just like that, your time is up before it starts, and you won't know how it feels to feel it all. So that song is like that. It represented to me the fighting of that oppression in myself, where I just wanted to be this creative, open, happy person, and I had to kind of beat that in myself first. And also, with Status Quo, there's the live performance from Space Tour that is Joey, Joe, Dylan, and Brian Holden. And it's the most magical performance ever. I love that version, so I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
I also like that version.
It's like a jazzy type of...
Yes.
Yeah. One's really good. I do love The Way I Do, just because you give me any, like, romantic ballad duet, and it's going to be my favorite thing. I really like Life. Both the song and the reprise. And I'm so mad that the reprise is not on the soundtrack. Because the first part of life is just so, like, he's just so frustrated and upset. And just like, I'd rather be dead than to live in this place. And I mean, everyone has felt that before, where you just feel so stuck and it's, people just tell you that's life. And then he meets February and he's like, you are my chance at something different, at something better. And that sort of flip. I love when, like, the original part of the song in the play is one sort of tone and then the reprise of it is completely flipped. I always love that in theater. What else? What else is in there? What did I do? We talked about Beauty. I Wanna Be is always fun.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
I feel like that's a very staple StarKid song.
Yeah. I also love Get Back Up.
Get Back Up,
Get Back Up is such a gift.
And now we dance.
That's my favorite Lauren moment.
Yeah, good job, Darren.
Good job, Darren.
There was one thing that I just realized, like, in the last, like, minute, that one of the first songs that I think Roach is singing to a human is Hideous Creatures.
Yeah.
And then when he's singing again to a human, he's singing Beauty, and I like that switch, like, seeing them talk about how disgusting everything is, and then going into Beauty, and then Roach is, like, talking about something that's kind of gross, like, what was it? Silkworms? Silkworms are gross, and he's like, look how they sway in the wind, and look how they weave their...
It's all about seeing something in a different light, seeing it to be beautiful.
And I think that's really cool, because in the beginning, he's seeing humans as a hideous creature, and then he's trying to point out, or they see bugs as hideous creatures, and he's trying to point out, no, we're beautiful creatures, if you really look at us.
And what I like about Hideous Creatures, too, is that different point of view, where it's just like, the bugs are like, no, these fleshy human things, their skeletons are in the inside, that's weird.
Yeah.
And just the like underlying, like, values of tolerance that are in this is really cool.
It's a complete callback to Savages from Pocahontas is what it always makes me think of, which is that, like, tragic kind of song where you realize the prejudices of, like, groups that have never met each other, don't understand each other.
It shows at the very beginning, like, that mindset of different equals bad.
Yes.
And I love that, obviously, it's a StarKid show and ends nicely and everyone loves each other because they got to know each other. I actually wanted to also add The Way I Do as one of my favorite songs, because going into the next thing that we talk about, my favorite scene, all my favorite scenes are with Tootsie and Mega Girl. Their relationship is my favorite because I relate to the anger that Mega Girl feels, and I also love the fact that she has that change and that confusion of, like, what are these feelings that I'm feeling towards this, like, sweet idiot.
Oh, and she's like, new program downloading. It is love.
It is love. It is love. Like, she's so cute. I love seeing that change in Mega Girl.
And yeah, just the lyrics of The Way I Do are just so beautiful. I could talk about that song for an entire podcast.
What's your favorite scenes? Are your favorite scenes?
I do like the end of The Way I Do, where Bug is talking to February, and, you know, he just realizes that everything he's been saying to her is a lie, and how it's hurting him, and he's just like, because she just saying to him, like, you're so perfect for me, and you can just see on Joey's face, like, the guilt he's feeling.
That line that's like, as long as you're a human being. I'm like, oh, ouch.
Oh, it's like, all you need to be is a human being.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't even do that. Yeah, and that and Joe, I like Joey in a dramatic scene. It's one of my favorite things he does.
He does so well.
Because I love his comedy, but his dramatic scenes just hit a little harder because I see him so comedic all the time. And the part where he is outside of the spaceship and he's about to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
And his team is telling him, like, no, don't go, and he's just like, I have to do this, I have to stop Pinsir. Yeah, that's probably my favorite scene. I like the wedding too, between Mega and Tootsie.
Tootsie Mega Girl.
I loved that. I loved when he changed his name. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, that's so really cute.
I love all of those. I love the more emotional scenes, the dramatic scenes. Joey has such a, vulnerability to his face that makes me, like, want to cry. But I also really, really love the, there's a couple scenes I love during Get Back Up, or is it right before? Right before. That little, where Taz goes, hey, me and Meg. And Up looks at her. And she just slaps him across the face. No, escúchame! Because she's like that tough love where she's like, hey, like, I got this. Listen to me. Freaking listen to me! I love that. I also absolutely love the scene on the ship. And I think it's Specs sitting on Up's lap.
I was just about to say that.
He looks better.
Where Up is doing, like, his little therapy session.
From the seat of a lap. And then when Bug comes in, then Bug has Up sit on his lap. It's so cute. And it reminds me, too, I think I was talking about this a little while back, the difference between, like, the niceness that is Tootsie Noodles and the niceness that is Up. Tootsie Noodles is this sweetheart of a character, but it's because he's grown up where there's nothing. Like, Farm Planet is just nothing. There's no hate. There's no, it's just whatever. You
Where
name
your
yourself after what you do and what you love, and a horse that your cousin who's a sack of hay. So he's just kind of that dumb, sweet character versus...
I got myself a feud with horses.
versus Up, who's been, like, literally ripped apart and hurt so many times and, like, has gone through the robot wars and is going through PTSD and all that, and has become this sweet, loving character because of those things. Like, he has seen so much pain and hurt. I'm assuming the robot wars were pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And has become that loving, sweet character because of it that wants to boost people up.
Yeah. There's, like, one scene where Tootsie's walking off and he just turns up and he's just like, I love you.
Yes.
Up is just like, I love you too, Tootsie.
So cute.
It's funny that you bring that up because the part with Pinsir and Bug came to mind.
Oh, I love you too, Bug.
I think that's so funny because, the Up and Tootsie moment is really genuine, but then when Bug is like, I love you, Pinsir, and he's like, I love you too, Bug. Like,
and then you forget again that that's the same actor.
Yeah. Because when Tootsie said it, it just was so unwarranted. He's just
I love you.
I love you. It was almost like, like when, like, a toddler comes up and he's just like, I'm just saying I love you
because you're feeling it.
Yeah.
It's cute.
So, Celina, favorite scene?
Dang. Well, all of those things are favorites, obviously. But agree, kind of like what Emma said, like the scene where Up is doing his little therapy session. The sitting on the laps and that vulnerability between multiple characters, I really enjoy that. And, okay. I think that might be one of my favorite scenes overall is that thing, but also I really enjoyed when Taz it's during, I think Get Back Up when she's like, say something nice.
Or I will kill you.
Yeah, and then this team who hasn't really met Up is just like, oh,
they panic.
Okay. They panic, but they say things that are
so sweet.
You're an awesome guy and the reason why we're all here,
Yeah. I really like that, and that kind of, I think, shows that build between that team itself, because, like, in the beginning of the musical, Taz is very much like, it's just me trying to get Up back to where he used to be. I hate robots. The rest of this team is just a bunch of weirdos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end, it's like, no, this is my team, this is my family. But you, like, it's not said obviously, but you, like, get that from the way that they interact throughout the musical, and I really enjoyed that.
I love especially that line where it's, you're the coolest guy around, you never let me down. I'm like, you just met me.
Yeah, but
that's
like,
why
I have
funny.
faith in you. Yeah, I also loved that, like, given that their unspoken history, Taz is just such a ride or die for Up, where Crayander's just like, I heard he went soft, and Taz is not having it at all, being like, "What did you say?"
That's what makes that scene on the planet so dramatic and actually really heartbreaking, even though it's this ridiculous scene where Up falls and he's basically like sniveling, and Taz calls him weak and rips the mustache off his face and then puts it on her own face and says, "I'm in charge now."
Yeah.
But like it is disguised as something so hilarious because that's the most ridiculous thing ever. But it's tragic when you can kind of see that Taz has lost her faith finally in Up, that she's had enough, and then to get it back and jump on his shoulders and ride back into battle
When he proves again that he is strong,
that
like,
he can
kill with his heart.
Yeah.
When Bug was like, you just have to learn how to do that, and that's what Up does, and that like rekindles that blind faith and trust in another person.
It's that whole storyline of you have to get to rock bottom before you can get back up.
Yeah. And I think for Taz to see that and just completely reinstate her faith in Up is like so wonderful.
But what I love about that and Up defeating the mosquitoes with his big heart is that it taught both Up and Taz that there is strength in softness, in vulnerability. And I love that throughout the whole thing. Like, Up is not this big macho guy. He is very tender, and he's totally okay with this, like, badass, crazy woman.
Absolutely.
Like,
I like Tess.
yeah, he's just like,
Oh, good.
he's just
I
like,
liked it.
I like her. And, you know, there's no, like, toxic masculinity, which is a ongoing thing with StarKid, which I'll always appreciate, is that there is hardly any toxic masculinity, and if it is there, it's played for laughs.
Yeah, it's meant to be like to show you how ridiculous it is to have that mindset.
Yeah. And like the whole thing with like, sitting on each other's laps, and like the Eskimo kiss that Bug and Up do, and it's just so cute and sweet, and I just love this musical a lot.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I wanted to comment because you brought up the mosquitoes. I don't know why, but one of my only real notes about this musical is how much I loved the way they visualized the blood of the mosquito with that, like, blowing up the red balloon.
So clever.
It was so clever, and it was, like, just visually appealing. Even though I do not like puppets at all.
What else? I also like, you know, it's a funny little joke all the time, being like, "This is our sister, sweetheart," and it's just Jim.
Yo. They play
always
that
funny.
joke with Jim a lot of just having that deep, scary voice.
Yeah.
And it's never not funny.
Yeah. Also, like, going back to that whole, like, unpredictable pairs with Roach and the Overqueen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, she's the Overqueen. She's this huge being that controls the hive, and Roach is this, like, tiny little bug, and they fall in love with each other.
Right.
Because flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, it starts off that way too, where she, you know, it's kind of a job. Like, you're queen impregnator. I like you. I like your spirit. And then by the end, when he's standing up for Bug, she's like, "Oh, oh no."
Yeah.
This unmoving, large mass of a character is actually in love with Roach.
Yeah.
I love when... I think that's a thing that StarKid does a lot, is just the unexpected couples, the complete polar opposites. It's one of my favorite
This
tropes.
one especially.
Yeah, this one
strong.
especially.
Yeah. And then, like, Bug and February are super cute. But I just can't get over that it's a human and a bug.
Right, especially when she starts making out with the puppet, and it's like, the pincers,
My favorite thing, though, is just Joey's face, like, smirking into the audience.
because what else is he supposed to do in that scene?
Yeah, there's, like, these beautifully made puppets, and I'm just, like, staring at the faces of all the StarKids.
Yeah. I actually wrote down the puppets. The puppets are just wonderful. I absolutely
Those are
love.
really good puppets.
They really were. The budget.
Sorry, Kylie.
It was like right out of college. This is their first show after they were done. At Michigan, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe.
Because this was an outside theater.
It was in Chicago.
Yes, and the budget they got for those puppets was wonderful. I love Pincer. Dylan's ability to handle Pincer.
Dylan and Moses and the Bat
Yeah.
holding the tail.
And then it was Lauren and
Jamie?
No,
They switched
switched,
around.
they
yeah.
switched around.
But yeah, Dylan just holding it up while singing in like perfect tone.
And controlling the mouth with his like
For kicking up an Osprey
hands.
prize, yeah.
Looking at him makes my arms tired.
It's so exhausting to watch. And then he sings perfectly.
Yeah.
There's a loud chair in here. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I also wanted to talk about the paintings, the things they didn't have puppets for.
The big
Or like the cardboard
Yeah,
cutouts.
it's very Lang Brothers. The artwork, it's beautiful. I think it's so captivating to kind of look at. It's this colorful mess of just like, oh, I want to look at it all because all of it is so like beautifully done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Actually, bringing that up, it has nothing to do with the way it looks, but Kylie actually pointed it out earlier. Was it Kylie or it was one of you? It was Kylie or Emma that pointed it out. I think how when Joe was playing one of the cardboard not Joe. Brian was playing one of the cardboard cutout bugs, and he sounded exactly like
yes,
Umbridge.
she sounded just like Umbridge.
And then it's like, wait, that's not
Like, that's not
Joe. That was really cool.
I think there was another one of those too, where one of them sounded like one of Nick's characters, and it wasn't Nick, and I was like, whoa.
That just goes to show you that all
They're so
of them,
talented.
all of them are talented.
Yeah.
Or they all played characters to make fun of each other, probably.
Yeah. Nick Lang blew my mind for this one.
What else is new?
Always. His accents in this one were especially hilarious. His voices.
He's like the bug tour guide.
Yeah, because he
And
does
my 6
two different
days of
ones.
living.
Yeah, he does like the bug collar, which is the one that directs people to the Overqueen, and then he does the people that walk them into their jobs, and they're completely separate accents and voices, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. Another thing I like is that they kept the blue headband as the brain transmitter. I thought that was like a super like cute tie-in, especially because it was now Joey as the lead. What else? I feel like when something's just so good that there's so much to talk
Yes.
about that you're like, what do I talk about?
I love the Taz talking to Up about, well, that was tough. So, like, what is it? You remember when...
You taught me calculus.
You taught me calculus? Calculus was tough! Or the dumpster one.
Oh, when those bullies
Oh,
were
I
making
heard.
fun of me because I was small and I like to read. And I hopped on your back and then we chased them into the dumpster.
Like when
That
like,
was tough!
the robots like invaded her quinceañera.
Quinceañera, and they strung her up like a piñata.
That was tough. Oh my god. I really liked how Buggette sacrifices herself.
Yeah.
She knows that Bug is never gonna love her the same way, but she's still unconditional love when Junior's shooting up the place.
Right?
She's like, no, you cannot get him. Like, take me instead, basically. And I really liked that.
Didn't the larva come out of Buggette, too? And
Yeah.
end up killing Junior?
Yeah.
That was ingenious, honestly.
Yeah, like, how are you supposed to defeat someone like Junior? Like, that was such a great way to
Right.
do it.
Just have a bunch of baby bugs.
And it's funny because sorry to cut you off, just the fact that Buggette is constantly talking about, like, oh, do you want to come over and let my larva devour your body? Like, it's a going on thing, like, you know something's going to happen.
Yeah,
with
and
it.
I think it's that little righteous feeling when
It
Buggette
finally does.
sacrifices herself, Junior kills her, and then Buggette ends up killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With bugs.
Yeah, I like that. I also just love the character of Junior. He's
my
just
gosh,
so
yes.
he just that, and he reminds me of like every bad manager I've ever had.
Yes.
Being
Yes.
like, I want to be your friend, but I'm technically your boss, so you have to do this really awful thing that'll probably get you killed.
My God.
Pretty much working in retail.
I have had that exact person as a manager.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh-oh, you guys. I already told my dad that she was already on the planet already, so you have to take her.
One thing I really liked about Junior was when he's on the video call with his dad, Dr. Space Claw, and then he meets his stepmom.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch
Oh,
my
I just want to send you something. What would you like?
I love I love that Dr. Space Claw was just like, your mom's dead. And Junior's just like, was it sad? And he's like, kinda. Just like, what?
What kind of childhood did Junior have? I feel bad for him.
And then, what was it? Oh yeah, I moved your hover car into the garage
And I
and I found this. That's not mine. I'm holding it for a friend.
Yeah, see, Junior...
Junior's pot on it.
Pincer, I can't feel bad for because he's just purely evil, but I do feel bad for Junior because every teenager's gone through that.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
And somehow his is so much more sad because the fact that his mom is dead and he's like, was it sad? Like, what has he been through?
Like, what life do you live in a context where, like, your mother that you had a relationship with dying wouldn't be sad?
And then your only condition to your mom was like, just don't go in my room, okay? Like,
and send me headphones.
Yeah.
But then going back to Dad, like, I don't like her.
I don't like her.
Like, that is so funny. Because Junior's supposed to be an adult, like, an adult with a job, and then he's on the phone with his dad, who's like, and he's like, I don't like her.
Well, it's kind of that trope too of the privileged son, where it's like he got the job under his father's company, and it's just like kind of,
or he's
thinks
like,
he's
I'm the
better,
boss, but technically my dad's the boss, so I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Random. We already talked about our favorite scenes, but since we were talking
they're
about
all
everything,
our favorite scenes.
I absolutely love "Damn That GLEE."
Yes, it's so funny.
It is the best line in the entire musical, and
Joe's face when he looks at the
that
audience.
wink and then the audience reaction, and they always make twisted abominations out of everything.
And then just the complete break of character where he just looks at the audience like, yeah, we did that.
Like, you're all in on the joke, don't worry.
Because, like, at that time, StarKid didn't know how to feel about Glee and Darren, and, like, we were super happy for him, and he was being super successful, but, you know, they took him from StarKid, it felt like, and we were like...
We felt just a little bit...
Yeah, like, hey, you took our Harry Potter. And this being the only musical he wasn't, like, in at all at that point, because he was in the band and did some vocal things for Me and My Dick, but the fact that he wasn't even there for that, so hearing that was very, like, vindicating, being like, yeah, fuck Glee.
Right.
And, like, we're aware of how you guys feel because we feel the same way.
Yeah.
And then to see the behind the scenes video, if you haven't watched that, it's great. But there's a behind the scenes video where they're talking about the puppets and they're doing load in day, and there's that part where they go out into the blizzard and in like sub-zero degree weather just to like get to another place, and then there's that part where Darren comes to check out the set and the puppets and kind of see how the show's going. And coming together, and that's kind of like one of my favorite videos is just Darren going like, oh, look at this, and he's like looking at one of the puppets. I think he was looking at the pincer puppet, where he was like, oh my gosh, this thing is amazing.
And like he kind of, I think it was a TRL interview, which, you know, showing our age, TRL, where he's just like, yeah, it's like sending my kids off to college, like these songs are my babies and I have to trust them with these guys. And it just worked out so well.
Honestly, I think that Starship should get a lot of credit as kind of a turning point where it was like a, you know, if we do really well and we enjoy ourselves here, then we'll probably continue, but what if it flopped? You know?
Impossible.
I mean, obviously.
Right. But, like, yeah, it was their first, you know, experience at a separate venue outside of college. It could have gone either way at that point.
That and, like, I'm sure there was a wonder of, like, do people care about us outside of Harry Potter?
Yeah.
And that Starship doing what it did just proved that, you know, we do love Harry Potter, but we're here for you guys and the content that you guys create. And it doesn't matter the background, we want to hear the stories that you're telling.
I think it just solidified StarKid as what it is today.
Yeah, isn't the new StarKid, or like the StarKid logo in...
It did. It came from Starship.
Yeah.
It was the first time it showed up, I think.
The, like, purple and silver one. Because
before that,
they have
it's the
different
Hogwarts
variations.
Council
Then there was the Rumble Roar.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like, I think this is the one that kind of stuck, right?
Yeah, it's stuck around the longest.
We're real
We're fine.
people, guys. We're real people.
Satan's a real man.
We drop things.
This is a real podcast. So we did song, character, scene. Is there anything else that we want to say about this?
Oh,
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I wanted to quickly talk about the costumes.
Yes.
Again, being out of the school where it was kind of, modest costuming accommodations, they kind of really jumped in there. I don't know who the costume designer was for it. Was it?
My guess would be June.
Was it
but-
June?
I can look it up. I'll look it up.
Please do. I mean, June
If it
always
is
does
June,
incredible
great.
work.
If it is not June, great.
Incredible
Also
work,
great.
yeah. I absolutely love the costumes for this. I love the Starship Ranger costumes. I love the difference with Bug's costume when they're like, this is the old issue and it's all the silver with the silver sneakers and the blue headband was like so cool looking together. I love Up's costume. That gray and then the black headband with the white spiky hair is just kind of like that striking image.
Definitely a good look for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scar on his face.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I love the Starship Ranger costumes. I love Taz's costume. The costumes were really great in this one. And then again, the bug costume or the bug puppets.
A random thing that I just love about this musical too is them bringing back the Star Kids in the way they could through those videos.
Yes.
And something I always quote is, because Bug watches it and it's super staticky because it's not a good transmission, and it's AJ's character as that old Starship Ranger, and it's like bleeping out and it's like somebody really like yeah, and then he sees the whole video and it's like somebody really fire trucked up. It's something I say all the time.
Yeah.
Because I work with children.
Sorry, I'm looking to see who was the costume designer, and I actually just came across. Did you guys know that Darren Criss was supposed to play Tootsie Noodles?
Was he?
I did not
That
know
would have
that.
been really
that.
weird.
It says right here that he was originally meant to play the part of Tootsie Noodles before becoming occupied by Glee.
I would have been.
Well, now I appreciate Glee because Dylan.
I know, right? Dylan as
Well-
Tootsie Noodles is a gift beyond a gift.
That's crazy.
That's
and then
My guess would have been that he would have been playing February.
yeah.
Sorry.
Although actually,
I
I
love
could see
you,
him as a
Denise.
junior character.
I was thinking Junior.
Junior would have been cool.
It also says that the puppet for Roach was actually used as a background puppet in a web series called World's Worst Musicals.
Oh, cute.
I remember that.
I
So
really,
I think they did a Twilight one.
I
World's Worst
really,
Musicals.
really want them to make. I know it's not going to happen, but I want them to make a Roach backpack.
Oh,
How
so
cute would that
So
be?
cute.
I would settle for a plushie. I just want
Yeah.
a little roach to hug.
I'll make you
I
one.
already feel so blessed to have a Roach sticker on my
It's about to
water
be like,
bottle.
if StarKid reaches $1 million on Kickstarter. But by the time this is out, the Kickstarter will be done. But who knows? Maybe they made $1 million.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past
Cornwallis?
them.
Cornwallis.
But yeah, as she says, this musical is just magical to me because it has that like Disney feel to it without like it being like blatant like twisted. It has like sci-fi action comedies that I love too, and growing up that was like sort of the duality of me. I was into super nerdy like sci-fi stuff, and I also loved Disney princesses. They took a bug that wanted to be a Starship Ranger and made him a Disney princess. I also I just really love February. I know a lot of people have differing opinions about her. I know we're done talking about favorite characters, but I just want to shout out to Denise because I love her. February is just such a good, she's just such a unassuming, good character, and she's like, you're not a bug, right? Okay, just so naive and so quick to just trust Bug.
But you have to think at some point that she is, even though she is visibly just not there, she's pretty dumb. She also had to be pretty smart in order to get into the Starship Rangers to be a science officer.
Well,
Change.
technically, wasn't it that Junior took the worst Rangers
Oh, that's
and
right.
put them
Never mind.
together?
I lied.
Or the ones that he thought had no potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was basically the Expendables.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They used her because her what was
So
it?
she-
Her body
she
count?
didn't have
a gag
That's
reflex.
right.
And she, so I found it, by the way.
I
It was
just
June,
thought he was
this
just
June.
hitting on me.
Denise actually choreographed the entire thing.
I did know that. Joe Moses did the fight choreography.
Yes,
though.
which is very cool.
But yes, June did do the costumes. Good job, June. She's great. Okay.
Bless.
Yeah,
Good job, Corey, with that set design, too.
Oh, my
I love the
gosh.
set design.
The set design is beautiful.
Sorry. I found a whole list of it.
Yeah, I just think it's just an absolutely visually striking musical. It's so vibrant and fun
So good.
and beautiful to listen to. I absolutely love this musical.
You could say there's beauty everywhere.
Everywhere.
And with that, before my friends disown me, I think we should say goodbye. I don't want to see you go, but it's not forever, so until next time, bye!